Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you especially to my patrons and channel members. Today we have a special stream, and I have with me as guests, I have Purple Rhymes with Orange,
Hello.
and I have Kitty, Protect Bodily Autonomy.
Well, I mean, it is something I am passionate about, as I was saying backstage before we started.
And soon we are also expecting Jenny Morgan, and I'm sure she will be here a little bit later, and we will certainly welcome her when she gets here. Today, what we are doing is a fundraiser, and I'm going to let Purple tell her story in just a moment. But one thing you will see is in the chat, there is a pinned tweet, which is a link to the fundraiser. And please do not send super chats. If you send super chats, then I will send those to Purple, but YouTube will take 30% of it. So I would rather that all the money goes to Purple. If you send the money through the link in the chat, then Purple gets 100% of the money.
I just want to say, how much I appreciate
If you send it with
everyone in the
that,
community who's helping out with this. That Uncle Beck set up the fundraiser and got this started.
thank you. Yes, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, Beck has set up the fundraiser. There are going to be fundraising events for this going on all weekend, this weekend and next weekend. I don't know if they'll stop the fundraising events if you reach your goal, but let's find out. Let's get Purple to well over that goal well in advance and see what they do with all those streams after that.
Yeah. Actually, Beckett said that had kind of missed that this weekend was Labor Day weekend. So not really going to be emphasizing much as far as the fundraising events this weekend. It's pretty much all going to be running a 24-hour marathon the following weekend.
Okay. All right. Well, let's give it a good kickoff. And Purple, I'm going to let you tell the story of what this fundraiser is for and why.
Well, I see Stool's got in the side chat, buy Purple a tricycle. Yeah. Yeah. Well, my faithful old car actually broke down in May, and been getting through the summer, adequately on the buses. But Slothgirl really was pretty much stuck home the whole time because she had MS to start with, so she can't walk very far. And then a month ago, she was diagnosed with cancer in her lungs, which, again, back in April, she wound up having a hysterectomy because they had found some cancerous growths, but they had thought that they had got the whole thing, but apparently not. And it's growing so fast that they're saying she's already at stage 4. So today was her first chemo session, but they can kind of keep it at bay for a while and buy her some time, but it's incurable. So yeah, we need a way to help us both get around through the winter and make sure she gets to all of her appointments.
Yeah, because it is brutally cold where you guys live in the winter, and
it can get down to 40 below.
And while I don't have MS, I do have a similar debilitating thing. I can't walk very far. If I'm going to the zoo or something with my son, I need to bring a wheelchair because I just physically can't walk that. So I absolutely understand, if my car broke down and I needed to go for treatments, I would be absolutely screwed. And I do want to say that I know you, and you would never have started this fundraiser. You have helped so many people in the community raise money for things that they want, but you are a stubborn bitch, and you would not do it. So I am thankful to Uncle Beck and his intervention, because you needed an intervention on this, because you never ask for anything for yourself.
Well, I
Ever.
did beg money off people a couple of years ago to let me move out of Michigan and get back to Minnesota.
Okay, but that was a life or death situation, and this is too. And I
Right.
know you've been waffling for months about, well, maybe I could, but then I don't really want
Yeah,
to
well, I
put
was
that on
trying to see
others.
if I could get a loan or find some other way out of it on my own, but pretty much, yeah, I ran out of options. None of my ideas have panned out.
And this is life or death. I mean, if we can't get you the vehicle, then Slothgirl, is going to be limited in her ability to get to her treatments, and
Yeah.
it will diminish what time she has left. And when you have a diagnosis like that of something that is incurable, where all they can do is buy you time matters. Like every minute matters. So the treatments can, allow her to have, the best quality time, possible before it gets too bad,
Yeah,
and
and well, even just after today, it's looking like it's probably going to be her needing to get to the clinic twice a week.
that's
Wow.
that's a lot.
Yeah. Okay, I have an offer to make to the audience. An offer unlike anything I have ever done before.
Ooh,
And
I'm intrigued.
here's my offer. Get us to $1,000 and I will do the rest of this stream topless.
Damn.
I have
Okay.
never appeared topless anywhere, so this will be an absolute first. I'm not going to
Anything
show
will risk
anything that you can't show on television. Yeah, I'm not going to show anything but the shoulders up. Otherwise, the stream will get taken down by YouTube. But
Okay.
if you want Granny to do this stream topless, start donating. A dollar here, $2 there, $10 there. But get us to $1,000 and I will do the rest of this stream topless.
Yeah, well, I was looking at the fundraiser just before we started. So we're starting at $750, which, is really good because we haven't really even started promoting it yet. So there have been some very generous people already.
And I will add something too. Like I have a large repertoire of bag patterns. So, I will get with Beck and Purple and whoever is able to donate the most. I will send them a DM and then I will give them some options and I will make and ship at my cost to you something that you want. It could be a backpack, a bag, I'll show you some samples of the things that I've made, or wallets. Like we'll go through it, but whoever is the largest donor, I will personally make and ship on my dime to you something of your choosing.
That sounds like a really great offer too.
I want to help. Like Purple and Slothgirl both matter to me. They matter to a lot of people in the community, and they have done so much good promoting and helping. When my sewing machine died, sewing is something that helps keep me sane. Being disabled, it's exhausting. It's tiring when, you're home all day and, it's kind of isolating. Yes, I have, my partners and everything and my son, and that's great. But, there's like a bit of a lack of socialization sometimes too, where you just feel a little lonely and stuck at home. And so I can lose myself in my sewing, and it's been a godsend. And when my sewing machine died after sewing damn near 1,000 masks to give away during the height of the pandemic, the community came together for me and they helped me get my new sewing machine. And Purple was there helping with the fundraiser, promoting it. And she has been wonderful. And Slothgirl too. They are both amazing people that have helped so many in the community when they've needed something. And I want to do my part to try to give back to that.
Hello, Jenny.
Hi,
Jenny.
Sorry I'm late.
No problems.
Fashionably late.
Oh yes, within 10 minutes. So that's Hi everyone. Hi chat. Is anybody in chat?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Oh good.
We've got 12 people in chat at the moment.
Yeah, I saw Stool and TV Tube and Dog and Mage out there. Oh, and there's Junie.
Hey, Junie. Long time no see. Speaking of, I need to get with Junie and commission her to make me an avatar because I'm starting streaming on Twitch, and I want a cute little version of me with like fox ears, like basically me as a kitsune, like so tail and ears, super cute. So I'm gonna have to get with her to draw me something and commission her for that.
Stool? No, I'm not going to be doing that.
Okay.
Okay. If somebody wants to drop $3,000 on the chat or on the fundraiser, I'll do that. But
Well,
you got
I
to find
just
a
offered
person
to
who'll
do
do
the
it with
rest
me.
of the stream topless if we get to $1,000.
I'll do it too. Fuck it, I'll
Right.
take my shirt off.
Kitty's going topless too if we get to $1,000.
Absolutely.
So hey, if you got $1, you got $2, you got $20. Want to see Kitty topless? Start throwing the money in. So far, we've raised absolutely nothing. Now, to be fair, we did get $10 at the very beginning of the stream, even before we went live. But since we've gone live, we've gotten nothing.
That's okay. We're just starting. We're just kind of easing into it, and the fundraiser is going to be going, for the next 2 weeks or so, and hell, I'll even say the top 2 people, the top 2 donators will get one of my, items of their choice, and I will pay to ship them out. So,
well, and I know there's a lot of people in our community who are just as broke as I am. So, I wouldn't want anybody to be making a donation if it's going to hurt themselves.
Yes, absolutely.
But, if you don't have money, if you can put the link out there, if you can just increase the signal.
Boost it if you, but definitely don't hurt yourself to donate. Only give what you can afford to give. Like Purple would never ever, like none of us would, but especially Purple would never want anybody to like have to eat ramen for a week just to help her out, like no bueno.
Folks, even $2 would be wonderful donation.
Right. That's what I've been saying. Are you planning to go to McDonald's and get a cup of coffee tomorrow? That's $1. Give up your coffee tomorrow and put $1 in the kitty.
Or
are you planning
Starbucks,
to go to Starbucks tomorrow and get a $4 coffee? Give up one $4 coffee and put it towards Purple's car.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's my brother is a mechanic at a dealership. So he's already been kind of looking around, but basically when the trade-ins come through, the real good ones, the good deals are gone in like a day or two. So basically he needs to be holding the money when something shows up. So that's why we don't have a specific vehicle in mind at this point, but whatever he gets, he's also likely to get me a substantial discount.
Oh, absolutely. And we just need a reliable vehicle to be able to get you and Slothgirl where you need to be.
That the fact that your brother's at a deal, for those who don't know, probably everybody knows, I used to be in the car business, and for decades I was had relationship with our local dealer that I could get in on deals like that too. And car comes in that is a decent car. There's no reason why you wouldn't want to drive it, except the dealership doesn't want to put it on their lot because it's too old for what they want to push, what market they want to go after. And so they want to move it on to either another dealer or someplace else. And so the person who's doing the inside deal gets them at wholesale plus like 5%. And so it's a major deal because a bad dealers screw you when you do a trade-in. So it's a really good situation if you have someone on the inside.
Yeah, well, and also our criteria for what to get has changed because the Slothgirl, she's probably not going to be able to continue her MS medication on the chemo. So in all likelihood, she'll be in a wheelchair within a year. So we need something that can accommodate getting a wheelchair in and out easily.
Can you get a wheelchair in and out of your apartment okay?
Yeah, fortunately, the building we're in is fully handicap accessible.
Oh, that's
that's nice.
amazing.
There's a number of elderly and disabled people living here, so it's all set up for that.
That's pretty cool.
That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
and not just handicap accessible according to the codes, but actually functionally so.
And there's a big difference there because our society is incredibly ableist. And while we do have, like, the Americans with Disabilities Act, where by law they have to accommodate, they really do the bare bones minimum, and it doesn't work. Like most areas that say they're handicapped accessible really aren't, or they're barely. So having a place where you are where it truly is fantastic. Like, I am glad for that. Like, it takes a little bit of weight off my mind.
Yeah, that
Okay.
her apartment's on the second floor, but we do have elevators and all, and ramps to the parking lot, so she's okay with all that.
That's good. Mage Grey Wolf says that if nobody donates, he is going to do a style of singing that is a cross between William Shatner and Ben Stein.
Oh,
That's scary.
Yeah, let's put a time limit on this, and if we don't get a donation by a certain amount of time, I'm going to send Mage a link to join us, and Mage can start howling. So if you do not want to hear Mage howl or croon, go ahead and send in those donations. How much time should we give people? It does take a few minutes once you reach the link to get it to go through. It does not go through right away.
Wolf, do you mean Ben Shapiro? It's not Stein? I don't know who Ben Stein is.
Yeah, I've never heard Ben Stein sing.
Isn't he an
I
actor?
have heard William Shatner sing, though.
Yeah, he was the one that did the Visine commercials. Dry eyes, red eyes. He's got the real nasally voice.
He's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and then there was like the game show he did. It was like Win Ben Stein's Money or something like that.
That was actually a good show. I liked that. The catch to that was you were literally winning his money. That if he lost, he did not get paid. That the $5,000 per episode he would have normally got paid was the prize money.
Wow.
And it was like a quiz show or something. I vaguely remember it from it was like the early aughts, I think, when that show was out. It was when there were a lot of game shows.
I don't remember quite what year.
I remember when Saturday Night Live did a parody game show called Give It Back, and it was absolutely hilarious. Contestants were playing for their own stuff. And when they got to the end of the show, the host said, can you come back again tomorrow? And the contestants said, oh, sorry, I can't. I've got to go to work. And the host said, no, you had to give that back. Remember, you lost your job. At one point, they had someone playing for his own family.
George Carlin had a routine like that about that the contestants should have to bet their own stuff against the house.
Maybe that's where it originated.
Yeah.
See, like Saturday Night Live stuff, you'd have to talk to my partner. Like, he watches a lot of Saturday Night Live, whereas me, I've barely watched any. Sometimes, like, I'll watch clips with him on YouTube, but for the most part, yeah, I haven't really seen much SNL. Though I do remember All That, which was the Nickelodeon show that was like SNL for kids back when I was like a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
I did like that show.
Yeah, I really haven't watched SNL since the early 90s.
Oh, really? Manny says that Stein is a YEC. Boy, that surprises me.
Wasn't he Jewish?
Smart for that.
Yeah,
yeah,
I have heard
Jewish.
I haven't seen
things
very
about
many
his positions politically that are not so great.
Yeah, I haven't seen very many Jewish young Earth creationists. Like,
right.
They tend to be much more like rational, and they accept that it's more like allegory, and that it's not literal. And also, Jewish law allows for abortion. If you are restricting abortion in the United States, you are going against Jewish law because you are allowed. And in cases where the woman's life is threatened, you are required to perform an abortion to save the life of the mother, but they are allowed anyway.
Islam also is okay with abortion.
But I'm just saying, like, of the mainstream religions, that we have, like, as far as like the Abrahamic ones, the one that I have more respect for and a little bit more understanding of is Judaism. Because they do, like, they're not, as a general whole, like, no one's a monolith, but they're not anti-science. They're not, anti-reason. They're not anti-choice. They're not against autonomy, like bodily autonomy. So, like,
yeah, I didn't think you'd ever wind up with a Jewish YEC.
exactly. Like, that shakes me.
Yeah. Well, I've never heard of any Jewish people that take the Bible literally.
Jenny, that really surprises me. The Muslims are so anti-women that it really surprises me that they would be okay with abortion.
What surprised me even more was there was this discussion on public radio. I believe it was NPR, and it was an Islamic person and a Jewish person, and they were talking about the lawsuit that they're producing. I believe it's in Florida, or that they were both independently going to establish a lawsuit that banning abortion the way the country has at this point is against their religion.
Yep.
And this show kind of brought them together, and they both kind of went, oh, they feel that way too, and it sounded like they were looking at getting together then and making one big suit, which would be amazing.
Yeah, well, so many
Absolutely.
of the stuff the Republicans have been pushing, like that stupid business that a doctor can deny treatment to a patient if it's against his religion. And it's like, yeah, I can't wait to see that stand up in court when it's a Muslim doctor denying a Christian.
Well, and here's the thing, and I just saw this on Twitter. It was a gynecologist that she had a friend who was postmenopausal but needed misoprostol, like the abortion drug, in order to soften her cervix for a biopsy because they thought she had cancer. She was going in for surgery in 2 days, and she needed that medicine because she had a postmenopausal bleeding was what it was. They needed to fix that, and they needed to soften her cervix. And the pharmacy refused to fill the script unless she could prove she wasn't using it for an abortion. It's like, I am 55 years old. I've been through menopause. The fuck, And it's mind-boggling. And
well, that's also with them trying to block transgender care. That they're saying that doctors can't prescribe the hormones, and it's like a lot of postmenopausal women use the same hormone I'm injecting.
And even puberty blockers, they are used in cisgender children if they're having precocious puberty or if their hormone levels are out of whack. Like, there are non-trans kids that need it medically, just like trans kids need it medically, which is why I have protect bodily autonomy and not just protect abortion, because it goes beyond abortion. I mean, the Republicans, they came for abortion. They're coming for same-sex marriage. They're coming for contraception. They may come for interracial marriage, but I don't know if they would necessarily go that far. But I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them. At least Clarence Thomas wouldn't go that far because it would invalidate his own marriage.
What they end up doing, because they had such a majority on SCOTUS, I would bet that they would find it unconstitutional, but they would grandfather it in.
Okay, we have our first donation during the stream from Don Kittle. We got $20 from Don Kittle. We are now up to $770. So thank you, Don Kittle. We also have an offer from Dog. Dog says, for the weirdos and a $1,500 goal, I will show all the hospital equipment plumbed into me and even a thing called a catheter.
Ooh, I had a catheter once.
So did I.
Not
Me
fun.
too.
No,
How much
after
do we
my
have
son
to
was
pay not
born.
to see the catheter?
That's a better question.
No,
Doug, how much do we have to pay to not see the catheter?
maybe 2. Go with 2K?
I've had 2 different types of catheters.
Yeah, for me, they put a catheter because they essentially numbed and paralyzed me from like the tits down when I had my C-section. So I was awake and aware. They didn't like put me to sleep or anything, but I couldn't feel anything from here down. And after they gave me the spinal to essentially remove all feeling, they inserted the catheter. So I didn't feel it going in. That was great. I felt that shit coming out though, and that was not fun. I did not enjoy that. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend unless it's medically necessary. And then just, well, that sucks.
Okay, my apologies, dog. I mispronounced the name. It's not Kittle, it's Kiddell.
Okay. It's often hard when you only see it typed out to
Exactly.
decide on what the spelling is.
Next week, my guest is Andrew Seidel, and I have called him either Seidel or Seidel so many times that I have a hard time remembering which one is right and which one is wrong.
I'm just wondering if maybe the donors don't want their whole name released.
Well, they have an option of being anonymous if they don't want their name released.
Okay.
So if someone
if you look at
donates,
the GoFundMe, you will see that there are a couple of anonymous donations on there already.
It's actually funny, when we did the fundraiser for my sewing machine, we had gotten, a third of the way there, and I was super excited. And I was like, I mean, it might take a while, but that's a good chunk towards it. And then somebody came in and they messaged me and asked to remain anonymous. And they donated the rest of it. And their donation was $666. And I laughed my ass off at that, because me, dark, spooky, like gothic heart and soul, it was phenomenal. And like, I am eternally grateful to that person, because not only did they, the bulk of it, but they allowed me to get it and continue sewing. And I sew, maybe not every day, but several days a week. And I love it. It's so good. Like, and this community is so good. They're so compassionate and caring, and they help each other, and like, that's what it's all about. I am very much a collectivist, and I feel like, a rising tide rises all ships kind of thing. It's like we help each other out, we lift everybody up, and you have community. You're helping your fellow man, woman, and NB, you're helping everybody, and it's a good thing. And this community has been really good, like coming out and doing what they can for people whenever they need something. And Purple has usually been the one running the streams and helping to boost the fundraisers. And she has really busted her little dinosaur ass, to get the fundraisers, to their goals for everybody that has had one or needed one.
Yeah.
And
I have lost track how many fundraisers I've run over the last 4 years.
A lot.
Well, that's why I am here tonight, is because when I had some car woes, Purple did a fundraiser, and I got what I needed. It was amazing, and I will forever be thankful for the community, and especially Purple for having taken the time and concern to do that. I could not miss being here tonight.
And that's another thing. I was asked a question recently on a stream with Gigi, and they said, what is it like, that we could do better as the atheist community, to like better compete with, like, what are we not doing that religious communities are doing? And I said, really, it is that community that is the area, because the atheists kind of are like their own little islands scattered throughout, and they might have small local groups, but I think that the main thing that we can and should do is really strengthen our community ties, helping others when they need it, like baking the casserole when someone has surgery or some sort of tragedy, chipping in money, or running a a fundraiser to help when someone is in need. And I do strongly believe that the only thing, and it's not that we can't do it, we just haven't really set up the infrastructure to do it, other than things like this. And given time, I think that, we will see more atheist community centers around the country, because there's so many more people that are, not religiously affiliated, or they're just like culturally Christian, where it's like they might say that they're Christian and they go maybe on the major holidays, but they don't really believe it. It's just like tradition. And having those types of community centers where, when someone's going through hard times, you do a food drive, or you do fundraisers, like you're there for them. And we could absolutely do that. And I think given time we will, but like that's where we really need to work on it. And things like this just play right into that. And I love it. I love the way our community comes together. And a lot of us don't have much, I'm a single income family, and that can be rough, trying to survive on a single income in, this day and age in our late stage capitalist system. But, we're getting by, and I do what I can to help where I can, where I plan on giving a donation by Friday, but I can't give a lot of money. But what I can do is I can donate my labor, which was why I said the people that donate the most will get some item made by me. And then, I'll pay to ship it out as well. And that way, I am still contributing, in whatever small way I can. I will contribute with what money I can spare, and then the rest will be my labor, my love and care put into an item made just for you,
And Dog, if you need an electric wheelchair, we'll do a stream for you too. I will definitely, and I'll start it, or I will definitely be one of the people making the stream.
Yep.
Absolutely. And I will be there, because again, community matters, and we are building a rock solid community here. And it's important to me,
Yeah, Kitty, just don't get yourself hit too hard with the shipping charges for stuff you send out.
Don't worry, I'll take care of that. I'll factor it. Don't worry about that. Like,
well, just again, after our move, that I had offered up a whole bunch of thank you gifts for people, and Slothgirl had a lot of handmade items that we were sending out. And we wound up running into, like, I think it was $260 in shipping charges to get all those out.
Yeah, shipping can be expensive, which is why I'm saying, 2 people, because, I can swing that, because even if both are international shipping, I can swing it, but like it'd be a lot easier if it's if everybody who is at the top is like in the United States, then I could do a third person. But if somebody's international, it'd have to stay at just 2.
Lone, you definitely matter.
Everyone matters.
Everyone matters. That's right. And even everybody needs something sometime. We all need something sometime, and sometimes it's hard to admit that when we have a need, and when we let people help us and come together and do a part, and take a part in helping us, it's good for everybody.
It is.
Yeah, I personally have a very hard time asking for help, just from a lifetime of disappointment. I always get a lot of promises from people that they would help, but when the day came, no one showed up.
But you have your found family here now, and we showed up for you when you needed
just completely
us,
different. Yeah,
and we are doing it again now.
Yeah, and like it wasn't even just the money when we moved. Alias Fake Name, who we had never met us to help unload the truck when we got here.
And that's amazing.
Yeah, and this was like 2.5 hours from where he lived.
Okay. I'm going to see if I can't do something to step this up just a bit. Everyone has another 15 minutes to get us another $20. And if we don't, I'm sending a link to Mage Grey Wolf, and Mage gets to come in here and start howling. So, if you do not want to hear Mage sing, if you do not want to hear that hideous howling, send in $1, send in $2, send in $5, but get us $20 in the next 15 minutes, or I'm sending a link to Mage.
Owie, 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 Sandy. Jeez, what did you do? How did you
Oh
fall?
goodness, Sandy, are you okay, honey?
Oh goodness. I just finished reading that. Yeah, so sorry, Sandy. I hope you feel better.
Are you in a cast or something?
Mage says my bird might join as well.
Oh dear.
Send the dollars or Mage Wolf hollers.
Yeah, that's what I was chuckling over there with stools.
Okay, Lone says every time I get just enough money for a car for me, something happens. My washing machine broke down and I had to use credit to buy one. I had another job interview today, so I'm hoping for the best. I hope for the best for you as well.
Absolutely. I hope for the best for you. I just had to do some car things because one of my tires got fucking obliterated and the others were really not doing so hot. So I had to get 4 new tires for the car and I had to put that on the credit card. So that's going to be fun. But, I need the vehicle. I need to be able to get my son to and from therapy. So it's you bite the bullet and you do what you got to do.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, I ran into that of just, routine checks on the car and realizing that the tires that had would not have been safe to drive in the winter. But for a set of 4 new tires wound up costing like $550.
Sandy says I have a tall removable walking boot cast. I'm fine. Lone Wanderer says I want to be able to get a car so I can check on Sandy every once in a while. Oh, that is so sweet.
Yeah.
Skits Crasher says no singing today. So it sounds like Skits has already made it. I've refreshed twice since I saw this, and it's not showing yet, but
Yeah, it can be a little slow.
It is a
Hi,
little
Maya.
slow. And yes. Maya is here. Hello, Maya.
Hey,
Hi,
Maya.
Doug says pay $40 for Mage Grey Wolf to have a cast put over his mouth.
We have Skits Crasher and another donation that just came in. So
do you see it, Purple?
Yeah, I just refreshed the GoFundMe and they just showed up.
I keep refreshing them and I'm still not seeing it.
Yeah, well, I'm seeing Skits Crasher did $25 and Stephen Bowman did $20.
Nice.
Thank you, both of you.
Yes, thank you to both of you. And I'm still not seeing them, and I don't know why mine is so slow. What's wrong with mine?
Yeah, if you're refreshing on the web page, I don't see why you'd be seeing anything different from what I see.
Yeah, not only am I refreshing on the web page, but I even finally closed the web page and re-hit the link, and I'm still seeing 770.
That's
still
weird.
Not seeing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing 815 is the new total.
Cool.
I'm seeing 795 on mine. So that's weird that it's not refreshing for everybody.
That's very strange that everybody's not getting the same figure.
Yeah, that is
maybe
weird.
You're getting it faster because it's for you. You have
I'm actually not logged in. I'm just looking at the same web page everyone else is.
Then I have no idea.
Yeah, I will log into it later to send some thank you notes. Although actually, probably
there we go. I finally got
tomorrow.
An update, and I am now showing the 8:15. So yes, there will be no singing from Mage today. No singing from Mage.
Hooray!
I forgot to add the GoFundMe to my tweet about the stream, so I did that now.
Cool.
Oh, Dick Dawson has a tip there on how to get to refresh better.
Sandy says, no need for anyone to waste 4 more hours coming all the way here and then all the way down there and then back and here and over to his house. Dick Dawson says, hold shift when clicking refresh. It forces a pull from the server. Now, thank you very much, Dick.
That's
That
good
is a
to know.
good tip.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
I
Yes.
never knew that before either. So
We had a mishap a week ago. Actually, it's more than just a minor mishap. I mean, this was a big deal. Someone hit Robin's car. It was parked in the parking lot at his apartment, and he got up in the morning to go to class. And fortunately, Robin is absolutely neurotic about being on time, so much so that Robin is usually an hour early at a minimum for every class. And fortunately, this day he happened to be 2 hours early and walks out of his apartment to see in front of his car are his headlights, a portion of his bumper, and someone hit the car and ran. And there was $3,500 of damage to Robin's car.
Ouch.
But it's all fixed. We got it all taken care of. The hardest part was Robin had a doctor appointment to go to 2 days later. So Robin's roommate had to run him halfway up, and I went halfway down and picked Robin up. Robin went to the doctor, then took Mark's car, my husband's car, the next day. And then this past weekend, my husband and I had to go down to Auburn to pick my husband's car back up when his car was ready.
yeah,
Doug says, drunk driving Jesus out and about again.
that will actually be part of the thing for me that I would, if my brother finds one for me, I'm going to have to take a bus down to Milwaukee, and he'll have to pick me up from there. So nice 12-hour trip on Greyhound.
Perp, why don't you get your butt to the Twin Cities and take the train down?
You know, I did not think to look at the train.
Check the train. It really, I took it from here to Milwaukee, and it was excellent. It was.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't occur to me to check Amtrak.
I used to ride Greyhound through that area, especially from La Crosse to Milwaukee. But that was 1980, 81 time frame. I don't know that Greyhound is what it used to be.
Yeah, it's definitely not what used to be. They've cut a lot of the service. But yeah, through the late 80s, I used to use Greyhound quite a lot too. I don't really like to drive. I do it when I have to, but
okay. Dick Dawson says it is now up to 865. I don't see it yet, but I trust you.
I see it.
You do? Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you. Everyone is being so good. This is so much appreciated. And we're going to get you there, Purple.
Yes. I don't care if I have to send topless pictures and sell those. We will get you there.
Yep. What?
Well, fire up on OnlyFans, you know,
one way or another.
Yeah.
I've considered it. Like, I mean, it is one thing my crippled ass could do is, lie there and look pretty and take pics,
Yeah, I have heard story after story after story of people making serious money doing that. And not even really anything horribly bawdy, just basic skin, and people get paid for it. It's amazing.
So a YouTuber that I follow who is a historical costumer, and she uses the same construction techniques that they would have used in the Victorian and Edwardian periods. She's amazing. For April Fool's, she said she was going to make an OnlyFans for, saucy Victorian ankles as a joke, but then she realized she couldn't just do it for a joke. So for 1 week, she did, have an OnlyFans where she dressed up in Victorian outfits and showed off her ankles in these different things. And she ended up making almost $1,000 that she donated to Stonewall. Because she even said, look, she made it free, so nobody had to pay to see it, but you could still tip the pictures, which is how OnlyFans work. You can either pay a subscription or then you can tip on top of that. And So she ended up making almost $1,000 to donate to Stonewall, which I thought was fantastic.
That is, and you can, if you get a clever gimmick like that, you can really get going.
And thank you so much, Dick Dawson, for the donation. The donations that I'm seeing now that came in, one is $50 anonymous, and the other two we saw were from Skitscrasher and from Stephen Blair Bowman.
Yep,
so
we're up
that's
to 865.
We are up to 865. Yep. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we will get you there.
Yes. I am trying to figure out how in the Twitter app I can change it so that it doesn't open automatically in Microsoft Edge. And I can't figure it out. Like, so I'm over here, like, just clicking away, looking in all the menus, trying to figure it out, and I feel like an idiot. But if anybody knows where that setting is, let me know.
Yeah, I won't even install the Twitter app. I still just run it on my desktop computer through Chrome.
Maya, the fundraiser is for
Purple
funding so that Purple can get a usable car so that he is able to get Slothgirl to and from her cancer treatments. Yeah, and sorry for the misgender there. Oops.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are still getting used to it.
I mean, to be fair, they knew you for a long. This community has known you for a long time, and I don't think any of the core people in the community, if they do slip up, I don't think any of it's malicious. I know Jenny wouldn't do it maliciously because, obviously, as a fellow trans woman, that's not something you do. But I do think that it would never be done maliciously by our core people.
I don't think anybody in our community would do it intentionally. The only person I think who is doing it intentionally is my oldest brother.
Well, fuck him. Anyone else?
He absolutely refuses. Well, yeah, he still has a problem with me leaving the church, so he's had 30 years to get over that one, and he still has an issue with it.
So, this is, a story that I haven't told. At least I don't think I have. The night that I actually fled from my ex-husband's house, he had gone off on me. Like, I was playing World of Warcraft with Michael, and so we were in Skype together while we played, and he came in and just went off on me for an hour and a half, just like throwing things and yelling and screaming, saying horrible things. The reason why was because I affirmed his transgendered sister. Like, his sister was assigned male at birth, and she spoke to me of, I'm trans, like, I feel I'm a girl, and she was an adult. She was like 18, and I affirmed her. I said, okay, next time that we meet up a different state, so it's like, next time I'm there, or next time you visit here, we'll go out shopping, I can give you some makeup tips, whatever. And I affirmed her, and that set him off. That was the inciting incident that led to me actually fleeing. And I never went back. Like, I went back for stuff, but I had people with me for my protection. But I don't understand how someone can have such a visceral reaction to someone being different, and like, I think that our differences make us stronger, because anything that's too homogenous, like, it's not gonna work. Like, if we were all the same, like, that'd be fucking hell. That's why I don't like the idea of heaven, of everybody in bliss, just sitting around like there's nothing wrong. No, fuck that. Especially if I knew that, like, someone I loved wasn't there with me. That's not paradise.
Does that help, Kitty?
I will try it.
Okay.
We shall see.
Sandy is asking about a schedule for the marathon.
Right.
I don't think that's available quite yet. Uncle Beck and Dr. Ben are the ones who are coordinating the whole thing. So I think that people have been selecting slots, but I don't think there's a complete schedule yet. Which is another way, if people, want to help out, if somebody wants to, take a slot during the marathon, just host a stream for an hour or two.
All right, let's try it.
Is Perp freezing or is it me?
I'm not sure. You seem
Did
fine
I freeze
to me.
up?
I'm not sure. You stopped mid-sentence, but I've been freezing up from time to time, and so I'm not sure if it's you or if it's me.
Hey, I don't know. Jenny or somebody in the side chat would have to tell us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know how we would be able to tell with you, Perp. There's no motion in your avatar.
Yeah, well, Granny was saying that I got cut off mid-sentence.
Okay, I didn't hear any cut off.
Okay.
Maya asks, how much do you need total? $6,000. The pinned comment in the chat is the link to the fundraiser. And right now we have $865 of the $5,000.
We're working towards it.
Yep. And this probably won't mean much to Maya, but Kitty and I both said if we get to 1,000, we are going topless for the rest of the stream.
Yep.
So if you want to see Kitty and I topless for the rest of the stream, we need another, let's see, what do we need now? $35. $35 to see Kitty and I topless.
Now, is that topless with or without your bra?
Without. I'll take the bra off.
Wow.
But as I said, I'm not going to show anything that YouTube would take down the stream for. I'm going to leave this. I'm going to leave the camera level where it is right now, pretty much. So you're really not going to see.
You're going to do. Okay, you're going to do a Jen.
Exactly.
We're going to do a Jen.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Slight correction on the math. To get up to 1,000, we need $135.
Maya says, I'm Arrow Ace. What else you got? Well, we already did one, but we already met it. And that was Mage Grey Wolf was going to come on and howl if people didn't give anything by a certain time. But we did. We got the enough money in that Mage did not come in and howl. But we'll have to start to think ourselves.
And then I had said that the top two, like when the fundraiser's done, the top two donators, I will get with them and I will make them something and ship it to them. I'll give them a choice of items.
Also, if anybody you name it, if you will make a donation, if we will do a certain thing, if you want to see a certain thing, if you want us to sing, if you want us to bring up a certain topic, you name it. We might say no. I'm not gonna guarantee that we will say yes, but you name it and how much you'll donate for it, and I'll let you know if we'll do it.
Weren't we going to make tonight and ask us anything night?
We can.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Maya asks, what are the top donations so far? It's Greg Hardwick and myself for $200 a piece.
Greg is such a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's so many great people in this community. And like I said earlier, there was the person that wanted to remain anonymous that basically paid for 2/3 of my fundraiser from last year. And I just like, it blew me away because I was like, oh yeah, we're at $340. Like, we're doing good. I was so excited. And then I woke up one morning and I saw, the amount, like it was filled, and I was like, what the fuck happened? Like, I was taken aback, and like I actually got emotional. Like when I saw it, like I'm pretty sure I put a video on the actual GoFundMe where I was actually tearing up. Like it actually got me to catch feels, and that doesn't happen. I was told I have no soul because I didn't cry for the opening of Up. But one movie, like after I had it didn't bother me before I had a kid, but after I had a kid, John Q. That movie fucks me up every time now since I had a kid, where it's like, abso-fucking-lutely, you can have my heart for my kid. Like, no questions asked.
Okay, Skits says we're there. I don't see it yet. Dick Dawson says he will donate $100. For a donation of $100, he'll write a parody song about you. So anyone who donates $100 from here on out, get with Dick Dawson and he will write you a parody song, Weird Al style. And Dog says 4 boobs on screen should be okay.
What's a full-on growler waxing tutorial?
I have no idea.
No idea. Like, that is outside of my area of expertise.
I'm guessing somebody did a video on waxing. A tutorial on how to wax. There we go. $1,000. Yep, I see it now. Okay, Skits and Dick, you need to write a song for Skits Crasher because Skits Crasher just donated $135. Okay, I am going to stop my camera and get ready, and I'll be right back. But I'll still be here on sound.
I'm not going to join you.
Okay, and now I'm the one who can't get the GoFundMe update. On my display, it's still stuck at the 865. Oh, yeah. Let me try.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I didn't think you'd do it.
Oh, yeah. I'd do it.
I'm still trying to get out of my bra.
Just
I'm a 34F.
Just for you, Skits. Just for you. I didn't think anyone would want to see Granny, but if they want to see Granny, I'll do it. Raise.
There we are. And Maya just made a donation, so we're up to 1,050.
Oh, nice.
There we
Wanderer said she's taking screenshots.
Oh my God.
I still got my arms covered, but like the good bits are out on display. So
now, how long do you have to stay this way the rest of the night?
Yep. I'm staying away the rest of the stream.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Which it's not too long. We're only talking a little over 30 minutes, about 33 minutes.
Lou Belair said that Growler is your lady area. But actually, the first reference I had to it was Growler is Cyrus's dog. And I already had an image of somebody trying to wax the dog.
Actually, Cyrus's dog is Growlithe. It's named after a Pokemon.
Okay, I knew it was a Pokemon, but I know nothing about Pokemon.
I knew a little about it because my sister was into Pokemon cards, whereas I was more into Magic the Gathering. If you couldn't notice, I mean, hell, the blanket that I have currently looks like a Ouija board. Same with my pillow back here. And then this one reminded me of Sailor Moon with the black cat and the crescent moon. So I got blankets all over the place because I love blankets. But
stop moving around so much. You're going to get us in trouble.
I am still covered. You know, we're good. I made sure to tilt the camera up so that I could tilt it down just the right amount because I didn't want to get Gigi in trouble. But like, you know, for the next stream, I'll just make sure I'm wearing like nipple tape or something, and then we're good.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, because as long as, you know, most of the boob is covered, you know, or it's really the nipple. That's the issue that everybody seems to really have.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. But yeah.
I just don't understand why people get so upset with breasts and breastfeeding. I mean, I still can't believe people get upset about that. Good Lord, grow up.
Yeah.
Nipples are definitely the issue that YouTube has. Because one night when I was on the shills with Dick Dawson, that YouTube shut it down in the middle of the stream because it saw nipples. But it was a man without a shirt walking around.
Oh, gosh.
You know what? At least they're discriminating against the men, too. It's not just the women for once. So, I mean...
Okay, let's do this. Let's start taking pictures of just nipples and put it in like a circular frame so that it's right up against the edge of it, and make a collage out of them and see what YouTube does.
And that's the thing I don't get. Like nudity, I don't understand people's issues with nudity. It is the most natural thing. Like you come into the world naked.
Yeah.
Clothing is a human invention. Now, I mean, it's got like obviously, temperature regulation, like skin protection of your skin from the sun. Like there's utility to it, but it's an entirely man-made thing. Modesty and issues with nudity are all entirely man-made concepts, and it's dumb.
Well, Johnny makes a really good point here.
Why is it okay to show animals, birds, lizards, mammals? We've seen them all fuck like bunnies and on TV and stuff, but not humans. It's like, well, no, wait a minute.
Animal Planet's fine, but God forbid Skinamax.
Yeah, Cindy, you're exactly right. You're exactly right.
We were at the zoo and the elephant was having an erection, and Robin was telling me that somebody was complaining to the zookeepers at one zoo about the elephants having erections in front of children, and they shouldn't be allowing children to see this, and they should do something to make the elephants ejaculate before the zoo opens.
Oh, good.
And I said, you've got to be kidding. You want to hire sex workers for the elephants? I could just see how that employment ad goes. Needed sex worker for elephants.
Yeah, I actually saw a spat like that. It was like 15 years ago at the Renaissance Festival, that one of the draft horses had got an erection, and some lady was complaining to the people who own the stable there about how inappropriate that was in front of her children. And it's like you can't really control the animals on that.
Right.
What's gray and comes in quarts? Elephants.
Jesus Christ, Jenny. What the fuck?
Slothgirl's gonna like that joke though.
All right, so I just ordered a new top, and I think it'll be the one that I wear for the next stream in honor of this. I just ordered that.
Cool.
I thought it was the cutest thing, and I can get away with wearing that on YouTube because my nipples are covered. So as soon as that comes in, the next stream that happens, the next fundraising stream, I will be wearing that top.
Oh, somebody had an outfit on Jimmy Kimmel last week that was just amazing. I forget who it was. It was a completely sheer top. Okay. And
oh Jesus,
a suit jacket, and it was glued to
Sorry, Jenny. No, Dick Dawson posted a comment. Wanted 7 people willing to work together to jerk off an elephant. Come in for details.
Okay, but do let Jenny finish.
Sorry,
no,
Jenny.
That's okay. Don't worry. It's no big deal.
I just saw the comment. I couldn't stop laughing. I'm sorry. I love you.
And it would have to come from a guy named Dick.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, you were saying. Sorry.
No,
couldn't help the laughter.
It's no big deal. It was just a fashion report.
I'm still curious.
I've got to learn about those things.
No, you don't.
We got $50 from Maya.
None of us are going to be wearing something like that. It was, the blouse was like a sheer top, okay, all the way down to the belly. But then to keep it legal, the suit jacket that they were wearing was, obviously double stick taped, so that it would show all the cleavage, or really more like a Grand Canyon, because she wasn't wearing any kind of push-up or anything. It was glued in position, so to keep it legal for TV. But it was gorgeous.
You don't want another Janet Jackson issue.
We are up.
My.
We are up to $13.50. We got $50 from Maya Atkinson. Thank you very much, Maya.
Yay, Maya.
And Ox said, I'm seeing a lot of bare shoulder. Yeah, the deal was that if we got to $1,000, that Kitty and I would go topless for the rest of the stream. And so as soon as we hit 1,000, Kitty and I went topless.
Like
I
I
never
said, I
said
still
anything
have
about showing
sleeves
boobs.
on my arm, but all of this is out in the open in all of its glory.
Maya says in the 1900s in America, it was taboo for men's nipples to be exposed. They protested, and by 1936, men were free to roam without their shirts. That's interesting.
Free the nipple.
What's that song?
Women should have the same right.
That's right. Ox has, how long is the fundraising site going to be up? It's going to be around at least for a couple of weeks. I'm kind of kicking it off, although Beck started it a bit, a few, what was it, about 4 or 5 days ago? And Beck is also organizing, Beck and Dr. Ben are organizing a stream marathon, and the marathon will begin this weekend. Is it this weekend or next weekend, Purple?
Next weekend. This weekend being Labor Day, they decided to postpone that.
Okay. So yeah, next weekend there will be a marathon to finish this off, but we've got it going strong now.
Yep.
Ox says, everyone on camera, please stand up now. No, we're not going to do that because I think YouTube would shut us down.
Yeah, I honestly, there are already pictures of my tits out on the internet, so that's not the issue for me. I don't want Gigi to get in trouble. So if anybody wants to see my boobs, it's not going to be on a stream with Gigi. Just saying.
Yep.
You won't find me anywhere.
Yeah, as far as wrapping it up, I'm hoping that we could reach the goal by September 15th.
Okay. So till September 15th.
Yeah, because like I say, the idea is that we need something to get us through the winter here, and in Minnesota, having snow in October is not unusual. We've actually been known to get at least light snows as early as the first week of September.
Stool says his boobs are out there somewhere.
Oh, did you lose them? I mean, if you need some, I have plenty to spare. I would love a breast reduction. I am a 34F.
Wow.
It is not fun. And I say 34. I'm actually more like a 33, but a 32 is a little too tight, so I have to go with 34s. So, yeah, I have extra to spare.
Well,
I have always had the
half of it.
problem. Yeah, I've always had the opposite problem. After my first was born, I could not find an A-cup nursing bra anywhere.
Like that's the problem I'm having. That simply a bra that's wide enough to fit around my back, they don't seem to make them in anything smaller than a D cup.
So I might have a solution for you because soon, like when I have a little bit of extra like disposable income, I'm actually going to be buying some bra making supplies, and I'm going to start making my own bras. So I will show you how to measure yourself, and we will get all of your measurements. And when I start making bras for myself, I will make you 2 bras and I will send them up to you. Like they may not be perfect, because like it's something I haven't done before, but I will try to work out the kinks on the ones that'll be for me. And once I feel, like I've got a couple of them under my belt and I feel like I can do something that's passable, I got you.
And meanwhile, go get a sports bra.
Yes, sports bras are amazing. I just bought some more today. Like they're great for lounging around the house thing because honestly, nobody wants to wear an underwire bra like all the time. Like even with me, who I need a lot of support, like I have permanent knots in my shoulders that you can actually almost see the way it curves here. That is literally from the weight of my chest.
Oh yeah, I know. My cousin actually had to have a breast reduction just because it was killing her back.
I can fit my head in this. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Nobody needs boobs this big. Nobody.
I always find it really hilarious in my trans community how so many of them said, "Oh, I want these huge breasts and stuff like that." And No, you really don't. You really, really don't.
You want to
Yeah,
be
I
a
do. Yeah,
C
I do.
cup.
No, you really don't.
A C
Yeah.
or a D. That's it. You don't want to be bigger than a D. Like, and even a D is
Yeah.
pushing it a little. That would be like the busty end of what you want to be. But a C cup is perfect. You have more than a handful. You have enough to feel feminine. You can find all the cute bras in your size, which is another issue that I have, trying to find bras that fit and aren't like ugly granny bras. You know, like finding cute stuff. I actually have found some ones at Victoria's Secret, but I have to spend a shitload of money on my bras. So it's like, even if I spend a lot of money up front buying the materials to start making my own, it'll save me money in the long run when I'm not paying $60 per bra. It's like, yeah, okay, I spend $200 on supplies, but as long as I can make at least a couple of bras out of it, then it's a net win, you know?
And you know, I'm a modest C cup, and I try to explain to the new eggs that even that damn thing weighs about 3-4 pounds, and that's now so double that, and now it's hanging off your chest and dragging down your shoulders. You're gonna end up with a curved spine.
Yeah, no, I have serious like neck and shoulder issues just because of the weight of my chest. It sucks.
Did you see this suggested name? Kitty's Custom Boulder Holders.
Yes, I love it. I might steal that.
Okay, we are currently at $14.80. We got another donation from Don. Don sent in another $30, so we are at $14.80.
Oh God.
Okay, no, here is a true story. All right. Back when I was in high school, I had a friend that I worked with at the movie theater, and they gave my boobs nicknames. This one is Helen, and this one is Betsy. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I never named them. And Betsy is a traitorous bitch because I had gotten out of the shower and I was wrapped in a towel. I didn't bother putting clothes on. I went to lay down. Then I went to twist to pop my lower back, as I'm wont to do. And she fucking popped me in the mouth. I got hit in the mouth by my own boob.
My brother used to tease me mercilessly when I was a teenager. He used to tell me I had 2 BBs on the gym floor.
Jesus.
Oh, it's a breadboard, not a gym floor.
I will actually give a plug to a company for women who are having trouble with it. There's a company called Everybody Bras, and that's my late fiance. That was the only place that she ever was able to get a bra that fit. She was actually a J cup, but that they actually can fit any size.
That's good to know.
They're not cheap, but it was the first time she ever had one that was comfortable.
I mean, I've gotten to the point with my sewing skills that I feel like with some practice, I can make them myself. And I'm actually going to start making myself some corsets as well, because I've always wanted to. Like, that was always my goal at the end, was I want to sew my own corsets, because I love corsets so much more than bras. Honestly, not only, a well-fitting broken-in corset is more comfortable to wear than any bra you will ever find. It gives you all of the support you need of your breasts while also helping to support your posture and, your back. It is amazing. And rather than having the weight pull down on your shoulders, it distributes it evenly, around your body and like more on your hips. It's fantastic. Like, I highly recommend. Like, I get so annoyed when people are like, oh, I can't breathe. This corset's so uncomfortable. The only way that that's happening is if it is an ill-fitting corset that has been laced too tightly. But a properly fitting, broken-in corset, and it does take time to break in a corset, just like breaking in new shoes. The first time you walk in new shoes, you might get blisters, but then, you walk some more, they start to break in and mold around your feet, and then they can be the most comfortable shoes in the world. The same principle applies with corsets, and I will defend corsets to my dying day.
Yeah, even without the boobs, I have thought that I would like to have a corset, mostly for the back support. The 40 years of doing home repairs and lugging around tools and materials has done quite a job on my back.
Jared, you break in a corset by wearing it. You basically start out by lacing it loosely, and then, you wear it for a few hours, take it off. And you do that process over about a week or so, tightening the laces, as you go. Like every day you go a little tighter, and you might wear it a little bit longer. And then once it's fully, because there's boning in the corset. Cheaper corsets will be made with plastic boning, or like synthetic whale boning. And it's flexible, but only really in one direction. The best but it's lightweight. And it's easier to launder, because you could then, if you did it on a gentle cycle, toss it in a washing machine because it's plastic, but then you would hang it up to dry. However, the most comfortable corsets are made with steel boning, and it's basically spiral steel boning. It is harder to clean those, because if you put them through the wash, the steel can eventually rust, and you don't want that. So you'd be more like spot cleaning it instead of, throwing it in the wash. But that is flexible in all directions. And the way it breaks in is basically as it's fit to your shape. And those bones, regardless of whether they're plastic or metal, will eventually curve into the shape to fit your curves. And so, you take about a week or two of wearing the corset and tightening it ever so slightly as you go, and it will then fit to you perfectly. And you won't have to do it again. You break it in once, and then those will basically stay in your shape. Then you can lace it up so that it's snug. Like you want it to be snug so that it gives you the support, but not so much that you can't breathe. Like nobody was tight lacing to get a 20-inch waist. Like that just didn't happen, I forget what some of the BuzzFeed articles will say. Like if you look, a lot of those are photoshopped where it's a teeny tiny waist. Back in the day, like when corsets, before they were replaced by bras, they essentially, they were worn by working women too. That was what supported their boobs, so they're not flopping around everywhere while they're trying to do the laundry, so you can move, you can do anything in a corset that you can do not in a corset, other than, depending on the cut of it, it might be a little bit harder to kind of like slouch down and like bend at the belly. You'd be more bending like at the waist, like less the waist and more like at the hip. But that's only if it's like a lower cut corset. But even that, is not that big of a deal. Like you can still do anything, even play sports in a corset. Like if it's properly fitted to you and broken in. In fact, corsets were made by women, and then the bra was invented by a man, and they were trying to put the women out of business. So they started doing all of these like fucking fear-mongering campaigns of, oh, it's smushing their internal organs, it's deforming them, all to essentially get people away from the corsets that was supporting women's business into supporting the fucking thing that pulls on your shoulders and gives you so much pain, that is, the bra. Like it was basically because the men didn't want the women having money. They didn't want them empowered. A lot of corsets were made by women-owned shops. Excuse me.
And Joe says, I just noticed Granny is necky. Kitty
We're
is
both
too,
topless.
if you didn't notice. Yeah, we're both both topless.
I still have my sleeves because my arms are cold.
And we are still at $14.80. Let's see if we can't get $20 more by the end of the stream to round us out to $1,500. And that would be a good way to finish off the stream.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, that would put us nearly a third of the way to the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm seeing 1480 now.
Well, like I said, I'm going to pitch in on Saturday when I get my retirement check.
Yeah, well, that's
Very
I know
good.
that the last couple of days of the month are hard on everybody.
Mm.
But Granny, you had already made a generous donation. I don't want you bankrupting yourself.
I couldn't if I tried.
Gigi's too smart for that.
I'm not.
We spent too many years scrimping and saving, and now that I'm elderly, we've got all that money that we scrimped and saved for.
I spent too many years raising kids to save any money.
Junie, yeah, take that avatar of mine that you made and make it topless.
I'm leaving for
YouTube
Italy.
topless so that it doesn't get busted by YouTube.
I'm leaving for Italy in 2 weeks, and I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. And if I can afford a trip to Italy, I can afford to donate something to your car fund.
Aww. I love you, Kelly. Honestly, you're such a good friend.
What part of Italy?
Amalfi Coast.
I have a request. If you happen upon any like tourist shops or anything, if you see any shot glasses, pick one up for me, because my sister collects them and she tries to get them from all over the world. So if you happen to see any, just grab one that's cute. Doesn't matter like what it looks like, but just grab one for me and send it to me, and then I'll like PayPal you or Zelle you the shipping cost and whatever it costs to pay. For
You said a shot glass?
Yes, a shot glass. She's got like a whole like shadow box cabinet full of shot glasses.
That's something I can throw in my suitcase.
It's a small item.
Yeah, it's a small item. It shouldn't cost very much, and I'll obviously reimburse you for shipping and for the cost of the item. But,
I see.
Yeah, but like if you happen to see one, if you don't, it's no big deal. Like, don't go out of your way. But if you happen to come across one, just snag it for me.
Yeah, Italy has been one of the trips that Slothgirl had always dreamed of doing, because that's her heritage. She's half Italian.
Okay. Lone Wanderer asks, are you ever going to do the China trip? I am planning to at some point. When tourism goes, we had a trip to China scheduled, and we had the tickets. We had paid for everything, and we were supposed to leave we were supposed to leave April 14th, 2020.
Oh, geez.
And then the pandemic hit. And so we got a refund, and we couldn't go, and we've been waiting ever since. So we're making the trip to Italy for now.
It's just as well you didn't leave before the pandemic hit. They would have
it would have been a lot worse.
Quite a time.
Oh yeah.
Dog says, I want to thank all you girls in your fine attempt at giving me a downstairs twinge. Sadly, not tonight.
Honey.
I'll do it again at one of the other streams, but somebody's going to have to do something pretty spectacular for us.
Hey, dog, visualize this. I'm playing with myself.
I mean, I said this on a different fundraiser that I was doing with Jen, Polymathic Jen, that if anybody donates $1,000, if they want topless pictures of me, I'll send them.
Judy says, I was supposed to go to Japan, and then the lockdowns happened. Yeah.
Oh, I've always wanted to visit Japan, like to go to some onsen and just eat the food and visit like a couple different places. But the problem is Japan has so many disparate areas that you can't really see all of it in one trip. You have to just pick one area and kind of stick with that, because it is so different. But I've always
my mother grew up in Japan.
My older brother, half brother, was stationed there in Okinawa for like 6 years or something like that. But I don't really have a relationship with him. He was from my dad's first marriage. And so I have an older brother and sister. My older sister I haven't spoken to since I was like 10 years old. And my brother will email me every now and again, but it's basically he's an acquaintance, like at best.
Do you see this, Kitty?
Oh. Ooh, yeah, no. Do you follow me on Twitter? Because if you do, like, DM me and we'll work out something like for shipping, and like if you want payment for them, just hit me up on Twitter and we'll figure something out.
Kitty's Twitter handle is in the description. So if you just look in the description, you can find it. You can get a hold of Kitty.
Yeah, it's Kitty the Atheist.
I was an atheist, but then I stopped believing in it.
I may be an agnostic. I don't know.
And don't worry, I made sure to put my arm as I was shifting positions. I made sure to put my arm over there so there wouldn't be any like nip slip because I'm not getting GG demonetized or shut down.
Well, I'm just sitting here playing with my pussy.
Oof.
Sammy's son decided to jump up on my lap.
No.
Lone Wanderer asks, did my mother speak Japanese? Not fluent Japanese, but she did speak quite a bit. What's really interesting is my grandfather was an attorney with the war crimes trials after World War II. So my mom and her family moved to Japan in 1945, and I'm not sure how long they stayed there, but basically most of the kids, when they turned 18 and went to college, they moved back to the States individually, one at a time, which is why we ended up so scattered across the United States. But my youngest aunt was only 2 when they moved to Japan, and she went to Japanese kindergarten. My mother graduated from the American High School of Tokyo, so she was able to take her classes in English. But my aunt went to Japanese kindergarten, and she spoke fluent Japanese. But what's really funny is, fast forward 30 years, my mother remembered more Japanese than my aunt did.
It's funny how that goes. Like when I was little, I was functionally fluent in Spanish because I had friends that, you had the whole family, like you had, the aunts and the grandmother all living under the same roof. And I would go visit them and like they'd be watching Spanish soap operas and then they'd be talking and I wanted to make sure they weren't talking about me. And so like I started picking up Spanish and like honestly, even knowing the language, I couldn't follow the telenovelas they were watching because those plot lines were insane. Like even if they were in English, they'd be hard to follow. Yeah. Like a acid-filled fever dream. But no, and I still remember a lot of words in Spanish, and I can get the general gist if someone's speaking as long as they're not speaking too quickly. But then I took Japanese in high school, and I remember some phrases of that, but I don't remember very much of it. But I took 2 years of it in high school.
Okay, we are almost out of time, and so it's time for us to start wrapping up. I was really hoping that we would get to 1,500, and we almost made it. We're at 1,480, so we came really close. But let's go ahead and start wrapping up. And Purple, I'm going to let you go last so that you can talk about some of the other streams that are coming up. Jenny, do you have anything you want to show for, or anything you want to say in closing?
Other than I'm going to be on Purple's show tomorrow and Thursday night. No, nothing else.
Okay. Kitty.
I am actually like starting to stream on Twitch, and I am going to put the link in the chat. I am starting Twitch. Close enough. I was trying to type and talk at the same time, and neither were working very well. But I'm starting streaming on Twitch just as something fun and laid back to do, playing things like Genshin Impact, maybe Valorant, But I also made a second Twitter just for like the Twitch if I do actually start like getting more followers on there and start doing more of a schedule. But for now, it's just kind of a when the mood strikes me, I do a little bit of streaming on there and having some fun with it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I don't really have too much going on right now. But I am available for other fundraising streams, and you'll probably see this face there because I want to do whatever I can, obviously, to help Purple get her car because I care about her and I care about Slothgirl, and like I don't want either of them to struggle. Like I want to make things easier for them in any way that I can.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Purple, remind people what the fundraiser is for, what you've got coming up, and if people were unable to donate today, they want to donate later. Where are some other streams they can go to watch as well?
Okay, well, taking the last part first, honestly, I don't have much information about the upcoming streams. Like I said, it's mostly that Beck and Dr. Ben have been putting a schedule together, but I haven't seen much definite on it. So that's still kind of open. But yeah, as far as what it's all for, it's so that we can get some kind of reliable vehicle to make sure Slothgirl can get to her all of her treatments through the winter. That yeah, today was her first chemotherapy appointment, and we were there today for like 5 hours for them to go through the education program about what it's all about and for her to get her first treatment. And yeah, so it's definitely going to be an exhausting endeavor, and she just needs a way to make sure that she can get there every week.
Okay, very good. Coming up in the near future, next week, Andrew Seidel will be here to talk about his new book and to talk about what is going on with the Supreme Court, what's it going to take to overcome some of the bad decisions that we've seen come down recently. Are things going to get worse before we get better? Things like that. So that is going to be an absolutely fabulous show. This week, my produced video is going to be on Frank Turek. After next week, I will be gone for 2 weeks. There will be no produced videos. There will be no streams. There will be nothing. So you get a break from me for a couple of weeks, and then I'll be back again after that. But thank you so much for the donations, everyone. Thank you for helping us get a good, strong start on this fundraiser for Purple. And I'm sure that that by the time this is over, we will get the full amount for Purple to get her car. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kitty. Thank you, Purple. Thank you, Jenny. And thank you so much to everyone in the chat. Live your life.
Good night, chat.
Thank you all.
Guys.
Bye-bye.